a hablar.
¿Sabías que más del 70% de las bancarrotas en Canadá son producto de un accidente o una discapacidad? En Experience Solutions te brindamos la protección que tú necesitas para proteger tu capacidad de generación de ingresos. No demores más, llámame al 905-920-2143 y protégete ahora.
Controlar gastos, compras, facturas e impuestos no es tarea fácil. ¿Dedicas más tiempo a las cuentas que a tu negocio? ¿Las declaraciones al gobierno son un caos? En Integral Accounting Services te entendemos. Obtén más dinero y haz progresar tu negocio. Cuenta con nosotros para llevar tus cuentas y tú puedas dedicar tu tiempo a lo que más te importa y te hace feliz. Tu negocio y tu familia. Llámanos 416-879-7041. Just mind your business. We'll mind your numbers.
2 en Línea TV, tu nueva opción en radio online. Síguenos en redes sociales como 2 en Línea TV. Porque 2 es mejor que 1. Por eso ustedes y nosotros somos 2 en Línea. 2 en Línea TV, la nueva propuesta en radio digital. 12.
Hello, hello everyone. Happy Easter Monday. How are we doing today? And before we start, can you please let me know? I see we have several people online. Where are you tuning in from? Because it's always good to know where your audience is. And if you're watching it on replay, please just put hashtag replay. So even though this video will be on recording, if you have any questions, we will go back and make sure that we'll answer all your questions. So hello everyone, this is Anastasia Filurska with you, and today I would like to share with you some of my thoughts about achieving your goals. So hello everyone that I can see. Hello Oscar, hello Christian. Hi Anna. So you know what, I hear people all the time saying, I want to have a better life. Some of them even say, someday, somehow it will all be better. Somehow the positivity is going through their mind, and it's great because positivity is imperative for your success. It's very important. However, I truly believe that the one phrase that I hear everywhere, absolutely everywhere, if you believe it, you will achieve it. I believe that this phrase will set quite a lot of people for failure. You know, I heard a joke once. There's a guy. He's praying day in and day out. God, please, please, please let me win the lottery. The next day he said, God, please, please, please let me win the lottery. And day after day and week after week, he prays for the same thing. He wants to win a lottery. After months and years, he still continues to pray for, please, God, let me win the lottery. And you know what? God fed up. He opened the doors of heaven and said, can you please at least buy a ticket? So, you know, oftentimes people don't realize what we need to do in order to achieve it. We know that in order for us to win the lottery, we have to purchase a ticket for a chance to win it. It's a given. We know that without purchasing that ticket, we don't have a chance. So why don't we apply the same strategy when it comes to our goals? Because we think that small things like lottery, it makes sense, but when it comes to goals, we're like, I'm not sure about it. Don't take me wrong. Some of us will envision like we discussed last time, we envision ourselves there, we're ready, oh, it feels so good, we know how we look, yet we still get stuck. And the question always, hi Rosemary, how are you? And the reason is, believing, unfortunately, is simply not enough. We can envision it, but we need to do something extra. Just imagine, If I want to lose weight and I'm laying down on the couch and watching Angie giving her nutrition advice or some exercise, better than that, I will hire the best, top of the line private trainers that will do the specific program for me based on my DNA, and I'm still laying down on the couch. Do you really think I'll get any results, even though that program was specifically designed for me? I highly doubt it that I'm going to have a toned body by laying down and doing nothing, just wishing for something better. I have people coming to me, calling me and asking me for advice. They're saying, you know what, whether it's relations or it's finance, please, I'm stuck, everything is bad. They're just complaining how life is bad, relations are not good, the money is not there, like finance is completely not there, what should we do? And we sit down and discuss the plan of actions, what you can do. Because when you come to me, you don't expect somebody to hear something like, oh, poor you. There'll be plan of actions. So when people do that, they ask for your advice, they say, oh yes, I'm going to do it for sure. And 3 months down the road, nothing is done. 1 year from our conversation, they're still in the same spot, if not worse, that they were before. I believe I even saw on Facebook recently, I saw somebody use a new term called ask holes. ASK, for those of you who didn't hear me first time, it's ask holes, the people that ask you for advice and never follow through. So they want to do something, they want it, but they think by simply complaining, that's enough of action for them to achieve something, and it won't. Because we have to remember that our thoughts determine our actions. And our actions would determine, oh my God, so many comments, will determine our results. So unless you do something about it, unless you do something about your actions, about your thoughts that will bring you to actions, results will never come. The one that you want to achieve. And let me see. The saludos, congratulations. I can see a lot of people speaking Spanish. Oh, and we have Oscar from Hamilton. Hi, Oscar. Christian from Toronto. Hi, how are you? So I will, from now and then, we'll look at the comments, try to see and say hello to people. If there are questions, answer them, and we will continue. So it will be somewhat spontaneous from here on. So I wanted to discuss 2 aspects right now. The most important aspects of the right actions. And there are actually 2 questions. The question number 1, what is exactly that you want to achieve within a year, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years? What is your destination? What exactly do you want? And question number 2 is, what is your focus during your struggles? Or what are you willing to focus on while you have your downtimes? And that's very important to remember, that you have to remember to focus on something like your goal rather than the distractions of your life. So let's go from number 1. Number 1 is, what is your destination? Your destination means your goal. What do you want? There are a lot of people saying, I want a better life. I want to have more money. Or I want to have be somewhere better. Inside or material, it doesn't matter, spiritually or mentally, it really doesn't matter. So the question is, what exactly that you want? I want to have more money. Awesome. Here's $5. Here's $5 for you. Now you have achieved your financial freedom. You ask for more money, and right now you have $5 more than you had a minute ago. It's a win-win situation, don't you think? Majority of people, like 10 out of 10 people, will say, no, I didn't mean that little. I want more. I want more money. But they never specify how much more. What does it mean, more money? $5 is more money than you had before. No, I want more. I want million. So before we start this conversation, we never actually ask ourselves what exactly that we want. How much money? What is more? What is better life? What does it mean better relations for you? What does it mean? Better, okay, I smile. That's better. Oh, that's not enough. So be specific. Exactly where do you want to end up? Your destination. What exactly within 3 years you want to achieve? What does it mean better for you? I want you to picture GPS. A lot of us have it in our cars. We have it on the phone. And hello. Yes, Rosemary, for sure. We're gonna get together. Yeah, I'm trying to see the comments here as well. I will try to answer them just maybe after we take a break. I'm going to try to respond to some of the comments, so we have some sort of flow here. So we think about GPS that we have in the car. We have a GPS on the phone, on computers, it doesn't matter where. Do you think you can input there, I want to be there? Just put there. Or can you put in your GPS, nicer place or better place? Would it work for you? Would it work for GPS? Would it know where to take you? I input here. Here you go on the computer. I just put, I want to be somewhere better. Well, most of the people that are listening, they know it doesn't make any sense. If you want to be somewhere, you put exact address or location or the name of a place in order for your GPS to show you the right route, the correct route, or several options. Okay, so we know how GPS, this technology, complicated technology works. Yes, when it comes to our lives, where our goals, what we want, somehow we don't apply the same thing. We don't apply the same logic behind it. So if we want to be somewhere, we're dreaming about it. Imagine putting in your GPS a dream of a better life. You're not going to be there. You need exact location, exact address. So always think about your goal as your GPS. And I heard a phrase, oh my God, the dreams should stay dreams, otherwise we will run out of them, or something like this. What, how would I say it politely, load of baloney? That doesn't exist. Dreams should become your goals. And if you dream to have $1 million within 5 years, it's doable. Obviously, you have to have a time frame what you want within a year, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years. But you have to work very hard, but it's doable. So your dream of achieving it, let's say in 5 years you achieve your $1 million. So create a bigger dream big. So the next day after you achieve your $1 million, think about how you're going to get $10 million. You learned a new language. After 6 months, you almost know like 1,000 words. Then after 2 years, you feel that you have this wonderful communication with the native speakers. What's next? I don't know. If you decide to take Russian, to learn a new language, Russian, read Dostoevsky, Crime and Punishment, or Tolstoy, War and Peace, are in original copy. So that's your dream. You can always evolve. There's nothing wrong with dreaming bigger. That's the only way for us actually to dream big. Just the formula should be believing plus the right action will bring you to the results. So the same goes for for your languages or your skills, whatever you decide. If you know your destination, it will be there for sure. But make sure you're very specific what you want and put the right time frame. And I believe we have to take a short break to listen to our messages from the wonderful sponsors that we have here, and we will be right back with you.
Razones de sobra para estar feliz por todo eso que acaban de ver, y además porque en 2 semanas me presento en Toronto. Para todos mis hermanos que viven allá, si quieres ir a mi show, solo tienes que deslizar para que compres el ticket. Solo quedan 2 semanas para ir a compartir con ustedes.
Mi nombre es Mariana Santos y soy consultora de migración y refugio aquí en Canadá. Mi compañía se llama Santos & Associates Immigration Inc. En Santos y Asociados hacemos toda clase de documentación sobre inmigración. Llevamos a cabo refugios, razones humanitarias, visas de estudio, de trabajo, de turismo. El lema de nuestra oficina es: donde hay esperanza, hay solución en su caso de inmigración. Somos varias personas trabajando muy activamente dentro y fuera de la oficina. Nuestro caso es el suyo. Nuestro bienestar está cuando usted gana su caso. Entonces, acérquese, consúltenos a nuestra oficina. Estamos siempre dispuestos para usted. Los espero aquí en Santos y Asociados, en la esquina de Kirk y Wilson, con una sonrisa para usted y para su familia. Muchas gracias.
And we're back. Hello, everyone. We're back here. Hello, Fabiola, Rosemary. Hello again. And I see a lot of, I see a lot of comments here. And thank you for taking time and comment here. Instagram. Hi, guys. I cannot see well what's going on there, but we'll make sure to go through every single comment there and reply for sure. So thank you for staying with us. So I would like to go back to before our break. We were discussing. Oh, yeah. We have a lot of going on at the background here as well. So before our break, we were talking about the number one. Where would you like to end up? What is your destination, about your goal? What is important about your goal that you want to be there? And number two, that another part, very important part of your right actions would be, where would you like to focus during your downtimes? Because now that what you focus during your struggles, what you focus on during your downtimes will determine your success. That's 100%. Because if you focus on your goal, and you know what, the last time I discussed to be emotionally attached to your why you're doing it, because when you emotionally attached to your goal, it will help you to go through your through life. That's all the struggles. We all have life, but let's just for a minute determine what does it mean to be focused on your goal. Why it is important to be focused on your goal. Let's picture this. You have a glass of water. It doesn't really matter, people concentrating whether it's glass full of water, half full or half empty. That doesn't matter. Some people say, I don't like the round glasses, to be honest with you. I like the square ones, or I want some different material. They're not focusing on the main thing. The most important part here is that you have a glass. And you, yes, you can fill it up with whatever you want it. As little or as much as you want. It's up to you to do this. So if you want to have something, you already have a glass. So focus on that rather than what do you have there right now. or if it's empty or it's full. You know, today in Toronto, whoever is tuning in and not familiar with Toronto, we had, 11 months of winter? Yeah, I believe if not 11 and a half, so it was the harshest winter ever. And today is a beautiful, beautiful day outside. If you look outside the window, you would see the blue sky, there was the sun, the birds were singing, the grass is finally not that yellow color, it's green. It was gorgeous, and it was, I believe, up to plus 15 today, so absolutely amazing. So you can enjoy the view from the window, or what you can do, you can look at your window and pay attention to those specks that were left from the last rainfall. And think how these specks are there and they are disturbing your view, and that the only thing you're concentrating on would be those dirty specks, whatever the window is, like whatever you have on the window, that's what you can focus on. The choice is yours. It's just you decide whether you want to enjoy the weather or the dirt on your window. So let's go back to our GPS. I absolutely love technology. So GPS. Now we know that we need to put the correct address. You have to put, like, is it 123? Hi, Alicia from Newmarket. How are you? So you have to put the exact address or the name of the place where you want to be, and everything is set. You input your data and you're happy. It doesn't matter on your phone or in your car, and you are driving. Yippee! Finally, you know your destination. So when I usually have a lady telling me. So when she's telling me to turn right, I turn right. When she tells me to turn left, I turn left. And I know that the next traffic light, I have to turn right in order to get to my location or wherever I want to be. And guess what? Life happens again. And it happens to everyone. There's a major car accident. And the street is closed. You cannot turn right, you cannot turn left. You can't. But you still want to get where you wanted originally to get. So let me ask you this question. Do you think your GPS will start screaming hysterically, saying that's the end of the world, we cannot live like this anymore, or better go back home and hide in the shell? Or maybe it will tell you, that's it, we're gonna be stuck here forever, indefinitely, you're gonna stay here. Can you imagine, just imagine that your GPS would act the same way like we sometimes act when we face the struggles, we face the bumps. The GPS would not have this hysteria, it will not have the meltdown, it will not have a drama. It will just show you alternative route. Yes, you might have to do 3 U-turns, and you might even have to walk 50 meters more. But she'll show you the way to get there. That's the approach that we want to do. That's the approach that we want to really have when we get to our achievement. Because life happens. You cannot do anything in the situations, because most of the time when we have something bad happens in our life, it's not one thing. Based on personal experience, usually you got hit hard 1, 2, 3 times. It's just when you take it as a GPS and think, okay, this is just an obstacle. I see my goal. I just have to adjust my route. That's it. I just have to adjust my route. So when we keep it in our head that that's the only way, it will be easier for us to achieve our goals. Now let's think about, right now we're already determined where we want to go. Like within a year, within 3 years, we want to achieve this. And then we have the, we know exactly what to focus on. We focus on our goal. We accept the fact that there will be obstacles in our lives. That's for sure. And now we have to determine the right actions. You see, the actions are extremely important for our results. Because if we continue to do what we did before, we are going to have exactly the same results. You can't expect to do the same thing and get different results. So once we want to have different results, if you want to get better results, different results, guess what? We need to change. Yes, change. And change is something that a lot of us feel uncomfortable with. But think about that GPS again. If you keep entering the wrong address on and on and on, just repeating, do you really think you will get where you want to get by entering the wrong address? No. You would have to enter the new address and say, okay, I want to go to Main Street 123 in order to get what I want. You have to physically change the address. So in life, we do have to change ourselves. Sometimes if we start a new job or we go to the different industry, like I had to learn the completely new set of network marketing skills that I was not aware of. I knew only corporate world. I didn't know how that worked. I didn't know how it worked. So change is difficult. It's scary. There's definitely a fear of, oh my God, what should I do? Oh my God, change is scary. Maybe tomorrow. No. We're creatures of habits, and we can develop a new habit of change. But here's the good part about change. Once you have decided, when you have this inside determination, okay, I'm going to change. I have decided to change, and you make your first step, guess what? That is already 50%, which is 50% of your success. The first step is the most difficult step, and that's why you have 50% chance to make sure that you will succeed. And it's a process. It's a process because it doesn't happen overnight. Nothing happens overnight. But once you see yourself changing, once you change, together with you, you will see your result will start changing. So if we're going to recap of what I was just talking here about, let's just recap everything. A lot of words were used here. So number one, you have to make sure that you know exactly where you're going. Because sometimes we are forgetting the part of better. I want better, I want more. But how much, what it is, never crosses our mind. But if you don't know where you want to be, how do you expect to know how to get there? You have to be very precise on what you want and within what is your time frame. Within this year I want this, within 3 years I want this, within 5 years. And it's not enough for you just to sit there and say, yes, I agree with you. Because results, it's between you and you. You'll not get results if you're not going to work on them. Not on your terms, on the terms that you put yourself into. So make sure that you know exactly where you're going. And be, number two, very reasonable against the time and goals. You have to be reasonable on where you want to be and within what time frame. Sometimes people get overly excited, saying, I'm going to lose 20 pounds within a week. Yes, I can do it. Nah, not a healthy way for sure. I'm going to make $1 million within a week. Again, be reasonable. Again, don't say it someday, because there's no such a day. Someday is not on my calendar. If you can send me a calendar where it says someday, sure. Show me that day. I don't know which year it is. It's a specific day. But be reasonable. You have to know what you want to achieve within what time frame. You have to put it for yourself. Because if you don't, not only people around you will not take you seriously. That's not that important. For a lot of people, it's important to know what other people think about them. But that's not what I think is important. You will sabotage yourself. You will fail yourself. You will lie to yourself, and you will not be taken seriously by yourself. And that's the most important part. You are not taken seriously by yourself. So next time when you want to start something, again, you would not be taken seriously by yourself. So make sure when you do something, when you have made the decision, you already know where you're going. You know to focus on your goal. You know that you have to do the right actions. Please, please be reasonable. Time and your goal, they should be reasonable. Focus on your goal. Focus. Accept the fact that life happens to everyone. Yes, sometimes it feels that you get the hardest, harder than your neighbor. Oh, how come I got this, and he or she didn't? You never know what battles people fight within themselves, even though the people that live with you, beside you for years, you don't know what demons they have to fight. You don't know what's going on within them. So don't concentrate on them. Concentrate on yourself. Concentrate on your goals. Focus. Expect the life to go sideways. Expect to do a lot of U-turns and detours. And you know what? While we're doing it, we learn new things. You never know. Everything happens for a reason. And while we're doing detour, we can learn something new. We can meet somebody new. We can get a new opportunity in our lives. You never know what can get out of the detour that first you were not that fond of. And number 4, I'll try to check all the comments here and on my computer. And number 4, if you want things to be better, you have to be better. It's simple as that. You know, Jim Rohn used always to say that don't wish it was easier, wish you were better. And I cannot agree more on that. We can always achieve more. Just make it as a habit, and for sure you will achieve it. If you have any questions or any comments, I think I answered majority of the comments already. So if I haven't and you're still typing, or you're on Instagram and it's pretty far away, I cannot see. See, I'm already wearing binoculars, so I cannot see any comments there. So we will be answering them for sure. Just hello to everyone, and if you have more of them, we'll be happy to answer. Until next time, thank you very much for tuning in today. Really appreciate it, and I'll see you in 2 weeks. Take care. Bye-bye.
2 en Línea TV, tu nueva opción en radio online. Síguenos en redes sociales como 2 en Línea TV. Porque 2 es mejor que 1. Por eso ustedes y nosotros somos 2 en Línea. 2 en Línea TV, la nueva propuesta en radio digital.